What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today's video is going to be a huge one. I mean, absolutely huge. You guys know that the Battlefield community has been going through a lot of crap right now. I mean, Battlefield 5 was already rough enough, but then getting Battlefield 2042 afterwards was almost like a slap in the face. And even though DICE has been doing partially good at bringing it back to a playable spot, at the end of the day, I think a lot of people are still in the same boat that even though it's playable, it's still nowhere close to being as good as the OGs. Even a lot of people are even ranking Battlefield 5 higher than 2042. So right now, I think all we are excited for is the future of Battlefield, if there even is any excitement left at all. And ladies and gentlemen, finally some information after so long, such a long wait. The EA CEO came out and gave a few words here, and like I said, it is really going to strike some vicious opinions in this community. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, I do want to mention we are indeed on the grind of 50,000 subscribers. If you guys do enjoy Battlefield content, Call of Duty content, X-Defiant, pretty much all types of commentaries, then by all means, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. And also, last but not least, we will be going ahead and streaming today over on Kick. So if you guys want to catch me live and in action, we might play OG CODs, or we might go ahead and actually dabble back in Black Ops Cold War to see what that game is like. Regardless, we'll play something fun. So if you guys want to be a part of that, the link to all my socials are down in the description of this video. So ladies and gentlemen, on one of EA's recent calls, I gotta be honest, they were actually pretty vocal when it comes to Battlefield. And they had a lot to say, including this quote right here, as you can see over on Twitter. GameSpot went ahead and quoted it. A lot of other people quoted it as well. It's some pretty big news. EA CEO says Battlefield will come back in an entirely new way. Now, like I said, this is going to strike so many different opinions. And honestly, I want to believe it's good, but my goodness, you know, the last time I heard something like this, we got Battlefield 2042. So these words confuse me because the community doesn't want them to come back in an entirely new way. We want them to go back to the OG ways of Battlefield and build off of that. You know, give us good OG Battlefield vibes with better technology. You know, times have changed, technology has changed, gaming is improving. We just want something that is a little bit classic, but, you know, feels fresh, feels new, feels like it deserves to be in the year of 2023, 2024 coming up. We want a game that feels up to date and next gen. Battlefield 2042 completely missed that mark. And here we are, and, you know, the CEO seems really excited about the next game. And again, like I said, there's so many goats behind the scenes working on the next Battlefield game. Like a lot of goats that I wanted to have faith in. But hearing words like this stresses me. Because what this makes me think of is more BR. Trust me, I love Vince Zampella and his work that he's done with Titanfall, the OG Call of Duties, you know, and also when it comes to Apex Legends, you got to respect it. You know, that game popped off with no, like, any initial trailers or any hype or any marketing. It just came out. You know, maybe the marketing was just, you know, probably hiring content creators to play it, maybe. But still, it's one of the most popular Battle Royale games out there. Usually Vince Zampella, everything he touches turns into something a little crispy, you know what I'm saying? But that's what's worrying me, because EA has proven to us time and time again that their main concern is Battle Royale. Battlefield 5, they just had to dabble in the Battle Royale, you know, aspect. It failed, it flopped right off the bat, they ended it, they killed it. Battlefield 2042, same thing. It started off as a Battle Royale, it was nothing more, nothing less. There wasn't even a core Battlefield game to Battlefield 2042. It was going to be a Battle Royale. And they just scrapped it. They decided to scrap it, put in an extraction mode, and then after an extraction mode, put in, you know, regular conquest. That's why 2042 is in such a bad spot, honestly, including having a bunch of brand new devs, all the OGs leaving the studio. You know, it's a really rough spot 2042 is in. But the point that I'm trying to prove is that EA is still trying to trend chase. They're trying to grasp onto something. And then when that fails, they abort mission, they, you know, all abort, and they go right back to trying to fix the overall game, right? Battlefield 5, Battle Royale failed, they aborted, and they started making core fixes to the actual multiplayer gameplay, which helped it a lot. Battlefield 2042, you know, extraction and BR apparently failed, they abort mission, and they're bringing the game back to a pretty decent spot that it's playable now, you know, but at the end of the day, they're fixing it up, right? It didn't work, they're fixing it up. I think that this time, they're going to keep trying to chase the trend, and they're going to bring these brand new developers into the mix, and they're going to make that entirely new experience, which once again is going to kill Battlefield. I have to be honest, it will single-handedly kill Battlefield. It might be cool for a little bit, and it might actually pop off, especially if it's going to be a good Battle Royale. But for the core fans, it's going to go down the same path as Call of Duty. You guys know me. I'm a hardcore COD fan. I've watched COD go on a downward spiral for ages now, especially after Warzone was introduced. And the same thing will happen to Battlefield if they can get a battle royale to be relevant for them. There will never be a point where those individuals, those developers will go back and help out Conquest, Breakthrough, the core game. They're doing it right now because there is no other competition that they have to, work with when it comes to game modes. All they have to focus on is just making sure the base game is good now. If they do, by any chance, get a battle royale to pop off right at launch, it's done. It's over. All the focus will go strictly into that. And trust me, COD, it can be balanced partially, but Battlefield, that's two different realms, okay? You're not going to be able to balance out battle royale elements and easily be able to switch them into regular Battlefield elements. That's just not what the game is all about. I'm sorry to say, but it's not. And, Call of Duty, it doesn't fit there either, but it's still, it still makes the sales. People still play the game. It's still tangible. Battlefield, it's done, That's one of the main reasons why, the Battle Royale in Battlefield 5 failed, because they tried to make the Battle Royale more like Battlefield, which I appreciate, but it flopped and it didn't work, and then they put the rest of their focus into Battlefield. But if they really want a Battle Royale to pop off, they have to make something that's a Battle Royale. They can't focus on Battlefield, which will, at the end of the day, kill the overall franchise. But, again, I could see this from a different direction. I could see EA coming out here, knowing the failure that 2042 was, and saying that they're bringing in an entirely new experience, or, Battlefield will come back in an entirely new way. What I hope this means is that after what we've been getting year after year after year after year after year, well, not that many years, I guess, because it's only been 2 games that have kind of flopped pretty hard, but you get the point. After all of this time, maybe, just maybe, they're hinting that we're going back. That, this entire, because, Battlefield hasn't been the same in such a long time, so maybe this entire new way is going back to what made Battlefield great in the first place. It doesn't sound right to me, honestly. I'm sitting here and I'm listening to myself and I'm just thinking to myself, Jesus Christ. I'm really reaching right now, ladies and gentlemen. I can just feel it. I'm really reaching. There's oh, God. I'm trying. I really am. I'm sitting here trying to think of anything positive I can find out of this quote right here. I really am, but I can't think of it, man. I can't think of it. It stresses me more than it makes me happy. It does. And after seeing the way that they're still pushing Battlefield right now, like, they were slowly improving, but then, like I said, they're starting to bring out bans to different content creators. They're not allowing you to kick people out of your squad because it's too toxic. All chat wasn't a permanent addition for everybody. You have to, turn on all chat by yourself. Like, what's going on here? What happened to Battlefield? And then the core game itself. They're working on it. They're finding middle grounds, and I want to believe that everything they're doing right now is a stepping stone to what we can expect with the next game. I want to believe that since they brought a middle ground for classes back, that means they're going to bring real classes back in the next game. I want to believe that, since they're balancing out all this stuff and there's actually content in the game, that they're going to do that in the next Battlefield game. I want to believe that since they went ahead and made all the revamps of the OG maps actually fun and replayable, I want to believe that they'll do that in the next Battlefield game. I want to believe it. I really do. But I don't know if I can believe it. That's the problem here. And the worst problem of them all is the fact that we can't even go based off of trailers. We literally will have to wait until we get actual gameplay, when we can play, not even what they show us. Because Battlefield 2042 was so perfectly marketed that it finessed everybody. I mean everybody. That a game that turned out to be garbage was still able to top sales. Made so much money. That's how much they finessed us. Marketing is probably something that all of these publishers invest in the most. I would argue that they probably invest just as much into marketing than they do into the actual games themselves. Same with Call of Duty. So that proves that we can't even trust the trailers. We can't trust anything behind the scenes. We have to wait until it comes out. They can clickbait us with absolutely anything. It happened with 2042 and will happen again here. So it just sucks because when the hype does finally begin, I know I'm going to want to be hyped. Everybody else is going to want to be hyped. All this time between games and after having to deal with all of this crap, everybody just wants a good Battlefield game. You best believe everybody's going to be so excited to see what's in store. But it's going to be a challenge, guys. We're going to have to hunker down and wait until we can get hands-on to see what it's all about, because we can't trust any publisher out there nowadays. But, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like button. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, in chat with this to do so. I have Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch. Link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.